Well, hello there. This is number 4 of our Genocide Series, and I have a couple of clarifications to make. One of my friends called and said, I thought there was a lot more genocide examples than you've shown on 3 of your films. I told him there certainly were, that I had in my hand at the time 14 pages of genocide, and I didn't begin to tell the story. It didn't even have on those 14 pages the 12 million Native Americans that lost their lives from the time the colonists got here until we became a full-fledged country. My goal from the start was not to count the numbers of millions and millions of people killed for either religious reasons, ethnic reasons, greed, all the many reasons that we've had. Religious being probably number 1. But my goal has been to go a little deeper and hypothesize why we feel it's okay to do that. Why we feel that it's okay to have genocide, even though we're all horrified by it. We take it for granted that it's going to happen. We take it for granted that millions and millions of people are going to die. We read about it, we hear about it, we take it for granted. What I wanted to do was disclose a hypothetical reason why we are bent in this way. And that's how we'll finish up this series on genocide, is where the origins are from, where mankind came up with the idea that it was okay, and in fact justified their actions by saying there was a blueprint for it, that there was a reason to have it done. And we're going to talk about the rest of this program, where they got this reason, and whether we think it's valid. I'm going to disclose up front, I don't think it's valid. I think we make our own choices. I think that we determine whether we're going to be monsters or not be monsters. Most people know that the 3 largest religions in the world are Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. Christianity being the largest, even though it's made up of many denominations. They're called the Abrahamic religions because all 3 are based on it. One of the principal differences between Islam, Jews, and Christians is they threw out the Old Testament and rewrote their entire book called the Quran. But much of it is based on the old texts. The Christians, of course, kept the first books of the Old Testament and then added the New Testament, and there's a principal difference there. But their stories all go back to basically the same beginning and the same outcomes. And I want to talk about that today, and starting with probably the oldest report of genocide. The first report, God drowns the whole earth. In Genesis 7:21 through 23, God drowns the entire population of the earth. Men, women, children, fetuses, and perhaps unicorns. Only a single family survives. In Matthew 24:37 through 42, gentle Jesus approves of this genocide and plans to repeat it when he returns. Number 2, God kills 500,000 people. In 2 Chronicles 13, 15 through 18, God helps the men of Judah kill 500,000 of their fellow Israelites. Number 3. God slaughters and kills Egyptian firstborn. In Exodus 12:29, God, the baby killer, slaughters all Egyptian firstborn children and cattle because their king was stubborn. Number 4. God kills 14,000 people for complaining that God keeps killing them. In Numbers 16:41 through 49, the Israelites complain that God is killing too many of them, so God sends a plague that kills 14,000 more of them. Number 5 is a series of genocides after genocide. In Joshua 6:20 through 21, God helps the Israelites destroy Jericho, killing men and women, young and old, cattle, sheep, and donkeys. In Deuteronomy 2:32 through 35, God has the Israelites kill everyone in Heshbon, including children. In Deuteronomy 3:3 through 7, God has the Israelites do the same to the people of Bashan. In Numbers 31:7 through 18, the Israelites kill all the Midianites except for the virgins, whom they take the spoils of war. In Samuel 15:1 through 9, God tells the Israelites to kill the Amalekites, men, women, children, infants, and their cattle, for something the Amalekites' ancestors had done 400 years earlier. In number 6, God kills 50,000 people for curiosity. In 1 Samuel 6 through 19, God kills 50,000 men for peeking into the Ark of the Covenant. In number 7, 3,000 Israelites killed for inventing a god. In Exodus 32, Moses has climbed Mount Sinai to get the 10 Commandments. The Israelites are bored, so they invent a golden calf god. Moses comes back, and God commands him, "Each man strap a sword to his side, go back and forth through the camp, from one end to the other, each killing his brother and friend and neighbor." About 3,000 people died. Number 8, the Amorites are destroyed by sword and by God's rocks. In Joshua 10:10 through 11, God helps the Israelites slaughter the Amorites by sword, then finishes them off with rocks from the sky. Number 9, God burns 2 cities to death. In Genesis 19:24, God kills everyone in Sodom and Gomorrah with fire from the sky. Then God kills Lot's wife for looking back at her burning home. Number 10, God has 42 children mauled by bears. In 2 Kings 2:23 through 24, some kids tease the prophet Elisha, and God sends bears to dismember them. Number 11, a tribe slaughtered and their virgins raped for not showing up at roll call. In Judges 21:1 through 23, a tribe of Israelites misses roll call, so the other Israelites kill them all except the virgins, which they take for themselves. Still not happy, they hide in the vineyards and pounce on dancing women from Shiloh to take them for themselves. Number 12, 3,000 crushed to death. In Judges 16:27 through 30, God gives Samson the strength to bring down a building and crush 3,000 members of a rival tribe. Number 13, a concubine raped and dismembered. In Judges 19:22 through 29, a mob demands to rape a godly master's guest. The master offers his daughter and a concubine to them instead. They take the concubine and gang rape her all night. The master finds her on his doorstep in the morning and cuts her into 12 pieces and ships the pieces around the country. Number 14, child sacrifice. In Judges 11:30 through 39, Jephthah burns his daughter alive as a sacrificial offering for God's favor in killing the Amorites. Number 15, God helped Samson kill 30 men because he lost a bet. In Judges 14:11 through 19, Samson loses a bet for 30 sets of clothes. The Spirit of God comes upon him, and he kills 30 men to steal their clothes and pay off the debt. Number 16, God demands you kill your wife and children for worshiping other gods. In Deuteronomy 13:6 through 10, God commands that you must kill your wife, children, brother, and friend if they worship other gods. Number 17, God incinerates 51 men to make a point. In 2 Kings 9 through 10, Elijah gets God to burn 51 men with the fire from heaven to prove he is God. Number 18, God kills a man for not impregnating his brother's widow. In Genesis 38:9 through 10, God kills a man for refusing to impregnate his brother's widow. Number 19, God threatens forced cannibalism. In Leviticus 26:27 through 29, and Jeremiah 19:9, God threatens to punish the Israelites by making them eat their own children. And finally, number 20, the coming slaughter. According to Revelations 9:7 through 19, God's got some more evil coming. God will make a horse-like locust with human heads and scorpion tails, who torture people for 5 months. Then some angels will kill a third of the earth's population. If he came today, that would be about 2 billion people. There are people today that argue that if God is on your side, it's not genocide. You're just doing the work of God. I believe some of those people really believe that. I don't believe it, and I don't think you believe it. Genocide is not our work. It never has been our work, and it never should be our work. Thank you for listening.